Okay, I'm just going to do a quick video tonight. We're just going to finish off this. So I did this last night very quickly, but now I've freed up space on my camera. So this is the completed model, and it's quite cool. It's got little guns on the front. It doesn't really stick in my head as like something that, like if you were to describe these ships from the film, I wouldn't really be able to do it. So I can't really say how accurate they are, but it is kind of cool to have these. I find this instead of a shield to be not so cool because it looks like he's Wolverine and he's not Wolverine. He does have a beard, so this is this is as close as he'll get to being Wolverine. And this is the completed little whatever they're called. I don't know what they're called because I didn't look things up on the internet. But I've just lost, oh no, there it is. I was going to say, I've lost the Infinity Stone, and it's right there. So they can actually sit in here. We just finish it off by putting them in here. And do they actually fit? I'm sure they do. They sit like that, don't they? And they sit, and that doesn't close. So I've done that wrong. But okay, is that how it meant? Is that how it is meant? I can't speak tonight. Is that how it's meant to look? I think so. There you go. That's the cover. All right, well, we'll finish that. Move it over. I just wanted to say a few more words before we move on, because I didn't quite finish doing it last night. It was very, very hurried. Oh my goodness. Okay, this is why it's going to be a quick video tonight, because I just can't do it. But anyway, I picked up this today. This is pretty old. I don't know how old, but we're going to find out in a second. I think I've done this one a long time ago. And by a long time ago, I mean like a year or two ago. Let's just open this up and see. This is KZone magazine, and it came with this poly bag on the front cover. So speaking of very crinkly videos, yeah, I'm pretty sure I did buy this one. I only bought it for the Lego on the front, so I'm not a normal KZone purchaser. But you can see they're advertising a Millennium Falcon version, whichever one that is. It says October 2015, so this is the October 2015, and it's got a whole bunch of interesting things in it, I suspect. And perhaps some not so interesting things, I don't know. I mean, they've got to have their ups and downs, don't they? That's kind of cool. That is quite neat. I'd be pretty excited if I saw a Lego Star Wars themed hot air balloon display. And you get all these little stickers, and I do like stickers when they're not put on Lego, so these will find some use somewhere. But anyway, I didn't really get that. So I got it today from an op shop. Oh, I've broken the thing. From an op shop. Even though it's brand new, never used, and apparently it had been sitting, according to the price tag, sitting in the op shop for an entire month, and it was pretty cheap. So that's a bit strange. But anyway, so let's just do what we're here for, which is the Lego. I mean, if you read KZone, I'm sorry, this isn't a KZone reviewing channel, because I'm just not up on the KZone scene. Sounds like I'm talking about something Korean, but I don't think that's Korean. I don't know what the K stands. I don't even know what the K stands for. Like, what's the point of even discussing it if you don't even know what the K stands for? Kids stands for kids. Of course, it stands for kids. It's a kids magazine, so it's the KZone magazine. There's quite a few pieces in here, so it's quite good. I didn't even feel bad for ripping this open. When I feel like now, I feel bad for not feeling bad, because I feel like I should have felt bad for opening a relatively old set that hasn't been touched. So I'm just getting my drink because I'm thirsty. It's this kind of weather. I'm always having to drink water all the time because my throat just feels dry, and I just feel anyway, I'm going to stop complaining about the weather. Well, I was thinking today actually about, if I keep doing these videos into the winter, then I'll have to be wearing like long, because right now all the time I'm not wearing long sleeves. At some point I will, and then you'll see what kind of clothes I wear. And I noticed this, that I pay attention to the kind of videos where you see people's hands. You do kind of pay attention to what they're wearing. This is not the first thing. We just skip to the end. So we have a bit of time, as in I am not running out of space on my camera. so we can dawdle a bit when it comes to putting these guys together. So I noticed that there's only 2 face scarf things, so they still do think you're going to lose one of these, and I think it's reasonably fair, but it's not like that. It's not like the Tin Man who's disappeared, who has like 3 little tin bow ties, which reminds me of a particular Lego set I've been waiting to do. Which I bought probably 2 years ago, 3 years ago. I don't know, whenever it came out. That I've really been looking forward to doing, and I've completely forgotten that I've got it. And it's quite a neat one, but it made me... I thought of it, I'll give you a hint as to what it is. I thought of it because I said the word bow ties. So what other Lego minifigure might have a bow tie? So that's something I was thinking I'm going to run out of... I can't really afford to buy any substantial Lego, and I've run out of all the little tiny small sets to buy, and I'm not going to buy anything of any substantial size anytime soon. So what am I going to keep talking about? I do have a few other things that aren't Lego related, but it turns out I actually have a whole bunch of larger sets that I've not actually opened. Sorry, I need a lot of... my throat is drying out. Where are we up to? We're up to this bit here. This doesn't look... strangely, that doesn't look black in the picture. I thought it was dark blue, but this is actually a black piece. And this actually makes me happy. So anyway, I was thinking we're running out of things to do, but there's actually... I've got tons and tons of things for content, so that's okay. I hope one day, like if this channel takes off, which it won't, but one can fantasize about these things. I'm looking at this piece. I don't think it actually is used. That's disappointing. Anyway, that people will just send me things, or Lego will send me like all these Lego things to build, and then people will like that, and I'll get free Lego. Then what will I do with it? Because I don't really have any room left for anything else. So that's the other problem, is that I can't really take anything else because I don't have anywhere to put it. And so I'll just have to give it away, or give it back, or something like that. I could always do that. People could just donate me Lego to do before they do it, and then I'll give it back to them and say, there you go, I did it. And that's how it goes. I really do have a dry throat tonight. Alright, so we've done this, and it's looking pretty good. It's one of these things, you know, when you get this little body bit, and it's like, this looks nothing like anything worth playing with, this is just dumb. But you know that it's going to have a twist ending, and it's actually going to turn out to be quite cool. So I thought that one there was a bit smaller, so I've just been hunting for the smaller version of that. But this is the correct version. Today was my op shop hunting day, and I got quite a few interesting little bits and pieces, I have to say, including this and another little Lego set, which is even older than this one. So technically it's already been done, so it's kind of like, but it's in pretty much brand new condition, and all the pieces are there. So I'll do that one at another point. But I just felt like doing this one. So, you know, we've gone and put this piece here, and it's like, I don't think that's going to have the top bit that fits in there, and that always annoys me. It just feels like, what? It better look good at the end, otherwise I'm just going to have a sour look on my face for the rest of the evening. Okay, so we've done this. We put that piece there with the red arrows. So I've got to cough again. The one person who did watch this channel is like complaining that I don't edit videos. Well, it's just going to get worse now, isn't it? Like, you sit there and you cough, and you have to take time off to go have a drink of something. That's pretty amateurish. But that's the way it is until I get hundreds and hundreds and thousands of viewers, in which case then it will all be different, and I'll edit things and it will be nice. So I kind of like it like this, so maybe not. In a different channel. One day I'll have channels where they do edit things. In fact, I'm planning to start up my third channel very soon. and it's going to be very different from these ones, though still looking at my hands. But then there will be a channel where you won't be looking at my hands. Alright. Okay, so this looks like it's going to be like some sort of motorbike thing that I've forgotten what the picture was, so I'm not going to look. I'm not going to look there. It's like something he's driving around. You know, like the what are they called? The speeders from Star Wars. Everything goes back to Star Wars. So it goes like that, and then we've got this thing here. There's quite a few little interesting Technic pieces. So I do want to do a Technic set at some point, and there's one in the shop that I'm quite keen on getting, but it hasn't dropped in price yet. I'm just waiting for it to be a bit cheaper. But it's pretty good value, I think, at its current price. You'll see what I mean when the time comes. Alright. The box is very heavy. It's this little truck thing. But when you shake the box, it feels a lot heavier than you would think for your average Lego thing set. So it's not like, you know, most like, where did I put it? Like this set, right? This didn't really feel that heavy. You know, it's quite a big box, and it didn't really feel that heavy, which is not what you normally expect. And this one's actually, I think, a slightly smaller box, a Technic set that I'm talking about. Concentrate, Matthew. But it's actually really heavy. So that I should get it, yeah, but so hopefully it will drop in price soon, before anybody buys all the remaining stock. Okay, this is an unexciting video, because I'm just rambling on about things that nobody knows about and understands, and that makes for boring content. So when will I learn? Okay, I don't understand. Okay, there's another piece that goes underneath. So I should have looked at the little thing there. So we're almost finished, which is good. And listening to sounds outside. I've got that nervousness that there's something going on outside. I think it's the neighbor and their dog or something. Alright, and that one can go there. Oh, it's a 2 times, so that's why it's going to take a bit longer than I thought. So back to this one, I'm just going to follow the exact same procedure. It's a bit strange always also when you get the round bit going on the bottom of the... we'll have a look at this to see if this aesthetically makes any sense as to why they have a round one on the bottom and not on the... not a square one on the bottom, because... probably because it goes on the ground somehow, I think. They tend to do that. And... trying to find something interesting to say. No, I'm trying to find something amusing to say. Sometimes when I watch my videos, they're quite amusing, and then sometimes they're not. And I'm like, oh, I want them to always be amusing. What's this thing? Well, this is the spare one, which is quite good because that's a useful piece, right? I did watch the trailer for the new Frozen film, Frozen 2, which I'm sure there'll be some Lego sets for. But I can't say I'm that excited for a Frozen 2. But they might pull it off. It might be quite cool. I just feel like, you know, that was a good film, and everyone liked it. It was a cultural phenomenon. Do you really want to mess with that? I guess you have to be kind of confident. But, you know, Disney, they'll pull it off. Okay, so these things go into here. It's a kind of robot thing. Oh, it's a mech suit. I was thinking it's some kind of mech suit. Alright, and it feels like we're back to doing mixels again. How come my one doesn't go down? Alright, it goes down like that. And then it goes like that. Alright, let's just pull this down, doing it upside down. And then they look like this. So that's the back, which kind of makes it look a bit better, because then it's their I don't know, it's like a fan that's cooling them down, because obviously if you're driving around in a giant robot, you need your back to be cool. You don't want to work up a sweat and have, like, you know, gross sweat shirt or something. I'm sure that has a name. Shirt sweat. Shirt moisture. And then that can go there. And then look at these giant sword things. These are pretty good, I'm sure, for making, like, propellers. I have made, and I do have a couple Ninjago dragons, which is like not very impressive, because I think they make dragons all the time. There's like the thing that you do in Ninjago is have some kind of dragon in each series. And I'm sure one of them has lots of these little gold. I think the one I have is the gold and white one. It's got lots of these blade things on it. I think. Maybe I'm just making that whole thing up. So that's actually the end of it. Let's just see if it stands up. If it stands up to scrutiny. So we actually ended up with 4, I think. 4, I was just waving that in front of the camera. 4 little extra bits. So that's not too bad. Compare that with 4 little spare parts, I think, plus one of those from the Avengers set. So for some bizarrely pointless, if you don't count the Infinity Stones. So let's put this up, bring up the little control thing. They can put their hands there. They can actually probably reach this, and they can actually hold it in their hand. I don't even know what that, it's either Cole or Lloyd. It's Cole or something, isn't it? Where's the little plastic bag gone? Oh no, I've thrown it away. Maybe it's on the front cover. It doesn't, this sort of shows that I don't pay enough attention to Ninjago. It's probably in the book. I just threw the instructions on the floor. No, 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 no. Meow, no. That's what I'm saying. I don't know cat. I am your father. No. Okay. Maybe someone who's watching that would remember that issue and they'll say, I remember that. And okay, so I'm going to put them up like this. You probably won't be able to see them. And they're going to see how well they stand up. And they stand up fine. Watch out, it's those bad guys from the Avengers. And it's her, and it's him. And they've come to be your friend. Okay, last thing, who's got the better hair? Probably Captain America. Alright, thanks for watching that. It wasn't so exciting, but let's just go with it. It happened, it's over, it's done, fine. Like, share, whatever, and catch you later. Thanks, bye.